Happy Saturday, everybody. I'm going to get Brooklyn on. I'm super excited to chat with her. I'm sure you guys are all excited to hear from her also. So bear with me. Hopefully, Instagram is not being annoying. What are you all doing this weekend? Any fun plans recovering from Halloween? Hello.
Hello there.
How are you?
I am good. Are you able to hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, good. Because I have my earphones on, so it's hit or miss if they work properly.
Yes, totally understand the struggle. It happens. So I'm so excited to chat with you. We are going to be talking about your series, Kings of Wayward. And if you haven't read the series, I don't know what sign you guys need, but here's your sign to go read it. So this series is full of dark, addictive, and dangerously romantic guys, along with their queen, who I love. So if you have read the books, let me know below. Um, and I'm excited. I have some questions to ask. I thought we could do like a little quick lightning round for people who don't know you to get to know you and
Sure.
then dive into the books. So the first question is, are you a morning writer or night writer?
Uh, both actually. So I tend to
Okay.
get up in the morning and write, and then I usually have a break midday, and we'll
Hmm.
do take my dog for a walk, do other things, whether laundry, whatever, regular human stuff.
Yeah,
And then I'll write again at night I go to bed. So I kind of am both, and it's the middle of the day that I tend to take a break.
okay. Yeah, that's productive. And then the last haul at the end of the day when you have a little bit of energy left.
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
a
that.
weirdo. What can I say? I'm a weirdo. Yeah.
Well, I'm in there with you because that's usually when I get things done is those two time frames because the rest of the day is just like a hot mess. So
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
totally
Because
understand.
the middle of the day is when I find that most people are trying to get a hold of you, or I'm trying to, maybe get a video made because, marketing is such a joy.
Yeah,
And yeah, so that's usually the time of day that I end up doing all of that stuff and just kind of take a bit of a mental moment in between. And then I'll go back later on. And usually by
yeah,
then it's really quiet. Either everyone's gone to bed or has stopped messaging or calling or whatever. And I can just focus again.
that's awesome. Okay, so coffee or energy drinks?
Oh, coffee.
Coffee. Okay.
Intravenous, actually, if we can do it.
Intravenous.
Yeah,
Yes, if only we could.
right?
You'd think they'd figure that out by now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, no, and that's actually what I've got in my little mug here at the moment,
Oh,
which is
yes, I
actually
love
like a
it.
giant mug, but yes, coffee.
I love it. Okay. So just in case anyone asks, like I have a screen up, so I'm like my questions are next to me, so I'm not like being a weirdo or like anything. It's just my questions are over here. So I always like to let people know because they're like, why is she always looking over there? So plotter or pantser?
Oh, I'm a pantser.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then do you prefer the emotional scenes or the physical scenes when you're writing them?
Hmm. I think the more emotional,
Okay.
the physical scenes um, sometimes feel very robotic when, like, in my head when I'm trying to write them because you're trying to think of where everybody is moving to. It's more important to figure out where body parts are, where everyone moving is, where are they standing in the room. There's a lot more mental. I'd say it's a little more mentally taxing, whether it be an action scene or a spice scene. But emotional scenes, you can just
Mm.
allow yourself to get into it and write it without having to worry a lot about, well, I've had a lot of internal monologuing or talking, but nobody's moved across the room or changed position or whatever. Like you've got to kind of think that through when
Mhm.
you're going through it. So yeah, I would definitely say the emotional scenes.
Awesome. And so I'm gonna say her name wrong probably. Is Angel Lit Tales Library. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. But she says, yes, you love to rip our heart out. I definitely agree with her, but she pieces it back together with like a lot
I,
of tape and makes us whole again. So
that's right. A lot of duct tape, a
a
little bit
lot
of
of duct tape.
glue, you know.
Exactly. Okay, so out of the kings,
Mhm.
who would get the most like detention if you had to pick one?
Detention?
Yeah, if they got like sent, to the dean's office.
Oh,
Who do you
I mean, it is definitely Nash. he
Yes.
he might he could just put up a seat and pull up a seat and just live in there.
Yes, it'll be molded to his body. It'll just be for him. It'll have his name placard.
Yeah, exactly. They'll have a special little plate on the wall. Dean Henry is going to be like, there he goes. Thank God. You know, that's going to be,
Yes.
he's out of my hair.
He is okay, just really quick. You guys haven't read this. I'm sorry. I just have to say something. I want more on Dean Henry. He is so like I know he's a side character, but he like has all the tea. And I want to know, I want to look in his brain. Like he just says stuff and I'm like, "Wait, what do you know? Like why aren't you talking? Why do you have to be so cryptic?" So,
Well, you are in luck. So there is going to be a side, sort of like a side small series that
ooh.
is going to surround Dean Henry. So
Yay!
it's
I'm so
not Fool's
excited.
Mate. Everyone was actually, I had quite a few people asking me if that's what Fool's Mate was about, was Dean Henry, and it's not.
Okay.
So yeah, no, it's gonna have its own thing. I haven't figured out yet if I haven't spent enough time ruminating on it yet about where I want it to start and finish to
Uh-huh.
know if it's gonna be a single book, a duology, or a trilogy. But it will be around him, so you will get more. I promise.
Ooh, I'm so excited. Yes, I see the chats going with lots of hearts. We all are very excited about that. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, so for readers that are joining us that have not read the series, and this might be a little difficult, so you can maybe expand it to more than 3 words, but if you had to describe the series, like with a few words, what would you say to someone who's never read the series?
Ooh, yeah, that's difficult.
Or an elevator pitch, like something like quick that they would could know what it's about.
Oh boy, I suck at these. I'm fine when I can type them out and edit them. um, basically, the series is emotionally heartbreaking. Like it is about challenge and survival, love and inner strength. I think is probably the most or the biggest way to define the entire series as a
Mm-hmm.
whole. Um, and then obviously for Why Choose Girlies, it is Why Choose. So you also get the added bonus of the fun multiple spice.
Yes. Yes, I agree. So, uh, a comment was, it's heartbreakingly beautiful. It is. So, when I first picked up this book, I was recommended Brooklyn by a friend of mine, the original book nerd. She actually was like, you need to check out this author. You need to check out her series. And I was like, all for it, because she knows like what I like. So I go
Mm-hmm.
over, I snag up your book, and I start reading it. And I have never read a book faster. And it was like I got like halfway through, or almost halfway through to the end, and I'm like, I need to slow down. Like, I'm going through this way too fast, and then it's going to be over, and then I'm going to cry because it was so good. It has mystery, it has suspense, it has like hardcore like drama, found family, it has spice, it has like swoony moments, it has like everything weaved together in like this beautiful package that you're just like, here you go. I just loved it, and I binge read the whole series, like every book that was out in a row. Like finish
Thank
one,
you.
grab the next. So
Yeah, it's
yes,
kind of
I
it's
definitely.
it's kind of how I see life.
Hmm.
because I don't see life as a single trope. I think we all live multiple tropes, whether it be with different love interests or our families or friends, like just different, if you just take one person and their entire life story, they've probably lived everything from enemies to lovers to rivals and, office drama and,
Yeah.
family that's done terrible things to them. And so because I see everybody's world that way, that's how I see the characters. So
Yeah.
whenever I write, I try to weave that into the story. It doesn't matter which book it is, but you really see it in this because it's a longer series and there's just so much going on with all the different families. But it's kind of like just how I see people in general. That they're not
Yeah.
just one thing. They are an accumulation of so many things of experiences plus their life choices and what experiences created life choices. And that's kind of how my brain works. I'm a little all over the
Hmm.
place with my thought process that way. So,
Yeah.
which is why I'm a panther because I can't plot worth anything. So,
Do you ever struggle with that? Like you write something and they're like, oh shoot, I'm in a corner. Like,
um, rarely. Sometimes it will happen. Usually, if it does, I usually end up badgering my poor editor and being like, "Okay, listen, I need to talk to you for a second. I gotta hammer this out." And then we'll actually fight. We fight like cat and dog. We're hilarious together. Um, because she'll argue all the points and bring up things that maybe I am too focused, like I've got blinders on, I'm too focused on, so I'm not
mhm.
seeing, which is what I need in that moment. So that's usually what ends up happening. If I do, it is rare though. I don't tend to normally get super stuck. I will say that after Volatile, getting into Vex, like now writing Vex, was tough because there was Volatile, as is so action packed. Like from
Mhm.
start to finish is just action packed. And because this one is, you know, although it's got a lot of action in it, there's more of those in between moments because it is the wrap up book. So you've got a lot more emotional bits and threads tying up. So I to me, I found like after the speed race because it literally felt like I was racing. That's what it felt like as I'm writing it. Not like speed like typing wise, but just my mind because there was so much
Mhm.
that needed to happen. And that this one I it struggled a little bit of where am I going to start? That makes sense to give everyone a feel of what's happened after that dramatic ending.
Yeah. Yeah. This book, I mean, in every one of the books. So I can totally see what you were saying about you weaving in real life because, we're all very life that people don't even see. And we as
Mm-hmm.
readers get to see like this world that we can relate to. I mean, some like obviously I don't deal with like mob bosses and like people trying to unalive people, but
Yeah.
I deal with a lot of like not nice people and like people that, I might want to like, you know what I mean? But so it's nice to have that like feeling of being seen, especially with like the trauma that like Ren goes through because I've been through a lot of that stuff. Um that is one thing. If you are going to read the series, check the triggers because there's some heavy topics in this series. But
Mm-hmm.
I felt so seen in that because for me, it was an essay. So I lived through that, and reading about another person's struggle with dealing with the darkness and dealing with the aftermath of that and like finding yourself again and healing yourself again, like that's what I love about books is because it's a safe space and I can read it and I can digest it in my own way and relate
Mm-hmm.
and have empathy for the character. And you do it so well in this book. It's like almost poetic in a way and cathartic that I really like. I'm so drawn to the characters in this book. And this last book was like so much stuff, like so much heavy
There
stuff
was a
to
lot.
unpack, but
Yeah.
it was incredibly well done.
Oh,
So
thank you. Thank you.
yes, of course. So let me scroll down here on my little questions. So you, like you said, you dance between a lot of danger and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of desire in this book. So was that a struggle to like keep it all in check and keep it flowing the way you wanted it to?
No, not really, but the Nash is a pain in my butt. It was just like every time I turned around, I was like, dude, you gotta keep your pants up. Stop it. We had a few arguments, and I know that's gonna make me sound a little crazy, but that's okay. We had a few arguments, because he's like, this is my book, and I'm gonna monopolize everything. Every
Yeah.
moment is mine, and I'm like, no, you need to learn to share.
Yes. Yes.
That was a bit of a struggle. That was a struggle, but
He totally is
yeah,
that way though. You can see it
yeah,
in the book.
yeah.
We're like, seriously, dude? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. He's like a bloodhound. Like he just knows where she is. He's just like, I'm gonna go find you. And you're just
Hmm.
like, oh, here we go again. Yeah, Nash was a pain. Nash was a pain, but
Yeah.
in a good way. I mean, at least he's entertaining.
Yes.
Every now and then, I was like, no, this is not happening again.
Well, even with like the side characters, like you really did a lot more backstory on some of the characters, even some of the characters that we really don't like. We got a little more backstory on them.
Mhm.
Kind of side of them doesn't fully forgive their behavior, but you can see why they are the way that they are. So, and that's what makes a great villain. Not that I'm not talking about, the villain of all villains in this book. Like he can just go, down to the depths and never come back.
Yeah,
I'm talking about, our lovely Vicky and like, those people. So like it was nice to see
yes,
that bit.
she is. Yeah, she is a class act, Vicky.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, she
but
is.
she does. She's got a lot more story to her too. So
Ooh. Yeah, I like to see her journey. Like I don't know if it'll fully get on her side that I'm like okay, but it's going there. It's going there a little bit, just a little bit. Um, so how does it feel having this one out? Like because it's this one and then the next one and then other than spin-offs, you're finished with this series or world. Maybe I don't know if you can tell us that, but
so I'll start with the first part of that. How does it feel? Relieved and yet sad because the next book is, as far as the main group goes, is the wrap up. Um, and there's going to be a lot of things that are obviously going to come to a head. And I mean, when you read Volatile, you know that you can see it coming. So
yeah.
I mean, on one hand, it feels good that to get this far in it and for it to come out and for it to be so well received too. You know, the readers have been very kind with the reviews and the love that they've shown the series and the book. So I couldn't ask for more. Um, but as far as the spin-off side and all that, so like I said, Fool's Mate, uh, like like Queen's Gambit, like it's still within the world,
Hmm.
and it's going to continue with one of the main characters. I'm not going to give away just who yet, but it's going to continue on with one of the main side characters. So we get their story at the very end within the Wayward line, and it makes sense for them to stick within the Wayward line. Some of the other characters are going to get their own book, but like Dean Henry, it will be its own thing.
Hmm.
Other characters, you're going to see them again, and they're going to have their story either in Lost Souls or California Made Men, because those are the two main crossovers. So I'll leave you all guessing as to who is going to be where and when.
Ooh. Yes, I'll have to brainstorm some of my fellow uh girls and see what they think. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I love
you're
when
gonna need
authors
like a
make a
map and be like,
universe.
okay, who's going to be where?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Like I love universes. Like I love when authors do that. I think it's the coolest thing when they tie in all of their stories together and group them and mash them up and then you see characters that you haven't seen for a few books and then they pop up and you're like, "Oh, hey," and that's how they're doing. And it just makes it feel real. I love that. That's like the best way to write a series, I think. So,
I love it.
because I'm always
I love.
guessing.
Pardon, sorry.
What happened to them? What
So,
happened? And then you
oh, you
tell
froze
us.
on me. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Am I back?
You're back. You're good.
Okay. So yeah, I was just saying like it's nice when you see the characters after the book's over because like when even though you usually wrap it up and give us a happy ending, you're always wondering what happened to them, like what are they doing now, and like you let us know, and I love that. So
Well, and the nice thing too with Fool's Mate is because of who it is, you're actually
mhm.
still going to see a lot of Red in the guys. Um, but you're no longer within the group, so you'll still get to see some of like like sometimes you wish that a series wraps up and you want to kind of know well what's going on with them afterwards. You're going to get that. You're just not going to be in their heads,
Yeah,
which is kind of nice because this way then you can see sort of like where they're living or what's going on with them for work or school or romantically, but yet you're not fully immersed in their story anymore.
yeah, yeah, I can see that. Okay, so let me go down here. So do you listen to any particular music while you are writing this series that we can like, jump on and listen to also?
So in the front of each book, I put the playlist for that book.
Mhm.
That's what I'll usually listen to during. Now, there's a lot of
Right.
songs that cross over. Um, so I'm a like there's certain groups that I'm a huge fan of. So you'll usually find their songs on my playlist, at least one of them, no matter what.
Hmm.
Um, Hosier's one, Teddy Swims, um, Louis Cabaldi. Um, so there's a few that are Billie Eilish. Like there's quite a few people that I just generally love their music and the stories that they tell in their songs. So
Yeah.
you'll usually see at least one of them on a playlist. But yeah, I'll create the playlist before I start writing the book, and then
Okay.
that's what I listen to while I'm writing.
Nice. I can totally see Teddy Swims, especially with Nash, like the Lose Control song.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's got a few of them. There's uh LA Cal is it something Royale?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, but that one every time that comes on, Nash is grooving in my head. I'm like, really? Like in a
I
corner.
love I love that. I love that. Okay, so during this, obviously this is a very emotional book. But there are some moments in there where you can, like you said, you kind of laugh and you're like, okay. Um,
Hmm.
what was, without spoiling it, was there a specific either a character or something you can tell us within this book that you were like laughing out loud while you were writing it? Was it a commentary someone was doing or Nash up to his shenanigans? Like, was there something that really stuck with you?
I don't know if there was like a super laugh out loud moment, but something that made me smirk or kind of like aha because it's one of those if for those that read Queen's Gambit really understand the moment, which is in the
Mhm.
hospital when Lawrence and Kristoff show up,
Yeah.
and that whole scene that takes place with Eddie, it's so
Hmm.
profound because of everything that has happened in the past,
Yeah.
and it was so shocking to them because they kind of like forgot, like they just wrote him off. They'd like forgotten about him. Like you totally get that vibe that it was like he was nowhere on their radar,
Yeah.
and I love that moment, that surprise moment. Like I finally have you guys pinned moment, and that I'm coming for you. And I thought that was so great. Like it made me smile that even though it wasn't the time or the place that he wanted it to happen, and it just there was something very, I don't know, and I love him as a character. I love Eddie as a character. So uh, it kind of felt the like Nash had gotten had you know really kind of like stepped under his wing and found somebody that saw him as being worthy rather than his father. So yeah, I love that
Yes.
moment.
Yeah, I really liked it. We got to see more of Eddie and we got to see that relationship with him and Nash like grow.
Hmm.
And there's a deep found respect, but there's also like a don't F this up. like, because he's like,
Yeah, he's
he's,
very casual about it, but yet
yeah,
Nash is like, I am so sorry. It's
yes,
great.
exactly. And like,
Yeah,
you see Nash kind of go, is he serious? Like,
yeah,
and in that moment, I just laughed so hard when I saw that part because I was like, that's so true. That is so, so true. He does it with such a calm, like, monotone voice. He's just like, yeah,
yeah. When he
know
starts asking
this.
him the questions in the office, yeah, that was
Yeah.
probably another moment. I think those two together gave me the best sort of, I'm going to call it like outwardly giggle moments, just
Yes.
because Nash was so horrified and Eddie's such a cool cucumber to deal with. So
Hmm.
yeah, I really enjoyed their interaction. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think those are probably my two moments like that. This one just had so much more emotional drama that it didn't, other than the odd comment, it didn't really allow for a whole lot of those super funny moments like what we got like
Yeah.
with, in book 1 and 2 and even 3, where, you just, the guys are just hysterical, like
Yes.
those really funny moments.
Yeah. This
This
definitely
one
was
didn't
more
have
an
quite as
emotional
much.
book for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, this one didn't have quite as much, but there's just so much else to get in. Like as it was, I was like, this is the biggest one, and I still probably could have added another like 20 or 30,000 words. Like it was just wild how long it was.
Yeah, it definitely is. I can't wait to get it because I know you came out. So, as you all know, I am a book dragon. I hoard the books, all the sprayed edges, all the pretty things. So I have started a shelf now for Brooklyn, and she just came out with like hardcover editions of the series. And I'm like chomping at the bit. I'm like saving up because I'm like those have to be on my shelves like now. So I am very excited for those. So if you haven't seen those, definitely check them out. You can find the link on her website. They're on her Instagram page to go find those. Definitely 10 out of 10 recommend. They were gorgeous. I very much was like Smeagol and I was like my precious, like with that moment for sure. So if you were at Wayward, what role would you be? Would you be a teacher, a troublemaker, or would you be in the lineup?
I'm I am probably the klutzy nerdy friend.
Okay.
That's me.
Nice.
Yeah, hiding out in the library with Ren when she's studying, and unable to put a sentence together when Miles comes around or something like that. That would be me. That would be
Yeah,
me.
that would be me too. I would just look at one of those guys and I'd be like, I know words. I know
Yeah,
words. They're just not there right now. They're
yeah, just
gone.
misfire. Like it's total brain misfire. Yeah, and you're just like, and I'm gonna go now. That's
Yes.
that's me.
It- yes. I love that. So, which character do you relate to the most? And then which character drives you the craziest out of all of them? I might know the answer to
Ah,
this already, but
yeah. Nash is the one that drives me crazy. If anyone's gonna hold up a scene, change my vision for a chapter, it will be Nash. Um, I have had multiple swerves in my books because of him. So he's definitely the one that drives me bananas. Um, I think I don't know if there's one particular character that I relate to the most. I would say Ren, but you know, with the caveat knowing that obviously there's certain things that have happened in her life that are no, but
yeah.
more of the, and I've always wished or aspired to be that smart. So I think her, but in some ways she's more of who I wish I could be or want to be than who
Yes.
I actually am. Because I struggled in school, so school didn't come easily like it does for her, and I've always struggled with speaking up for myself when I really should or need to. So, the fact that she does, I love that. I love that that's who she is. So, in some ways, I think she's more of who I would wish that I could be
Hmm.
rather than who I am, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that. I think we all want to be like her. She's a total, BADASS for this series for sure. She is like been through the ringer like multiple times and she still comes out like swinging and with sarcasm and like taking names and yeah, she's just awesome. So
Yeah.
I think she's what we all want to be when we grow up, for sure.
I feel that. Yeah. I
Yeah.
probably lend because of that. I probably end up leaning a little more towards Ivy as far as what I would be like in real life is kind of like the friend that says something completely inappropriate at the most inappropriate times and comes out with a joke that you're just like, oh, please don't, not now. That's me.
Yes, I am I'm there with you. That's my personality for sure. Like we would be both side characters in that way. So is there a character that through this series like really took you by shock at like the transformation they made, like that you weren't maybe expecting them to be either if it's a side character as big of a character as they were or like as much growth as they went through? Was there anyone that really kind of like took you by surprise?
I don't know about growth yet, but the character that kind of because although they were in Queen's Gambit, I hadn't got into their head, right? Because I never did a scene from their POV, and that's Sebastian.
Mhm.
There's a lot more to Sebastian. Once I started to have to actually deal with his thought process of everything and what's happened to him, and where he's been, what he thinks, who ran into him.
Yeah.
Um, I think he's the character that took me the most by surprise because I didn't feel at first that he was going to be so complicated.
Hmm.
But there is a lot more complicated character there than I gave him credit for to start when I started the book.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you got with him in this book like way more than like you set it up kind of in the book three book three no book four yeah book four and then in this one it just like takes a really deep dive like
Mm.
I didn't see it coming. That was definitely like a twist. I feel like in the story and all of that.
Yeah, like
So
when he's just competing against Nash, it was so very just typical. I'm going to call it, you know, the alpha on alpha type personality, both arrogant, both think that they're the best at what it is that they're doing, and so again, it felt a little stepped back from him. But in Volatile, I had to actually kind of go, okay, well, why is he doing this, or why won't he say something, or why is he with Ivy? And like I had to make it more clear, like I
mhm.
had to get into his character and kind of visualize where everything was going and why it was going there a little bit. So I wouldn't say that it was like plotted out, but I had to actually sit down and have a bit of a conversation with that character as to what was happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I really liked it. I love when you add another character in there and we don't obviously we're not going to get like a full in deep dive like we do with the Kings and Ren, but we get like this like added layer of another layer of the life and the tension and then like it adds another aha moment for the main characters because you have
Mm.
that character.
Yes.
So, yeah, I enjoy that. Thought we play a little game and see what your choices would be. So my first question is this or that, Wayward
Okay.
Edition. Nash or Miles, if you had to pick one.
Oh, that's a very tough question, but I think I'm gonna have to go Miles.
Okay, all right. We all love Miles. Okay, slow burn or instant obsession.
Mm. I think Slober.
Slow burn. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so writing heartbreak or writing revenge because we got a lot of that in this book.
I love doing the heartbreak.
Heartbreak. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Dark.
All my readers just went, yeah, we know. I felt it.
Yes.
I felt it. So for all those watching,
Yes. You very much you like stepped into the role of the evil queen from Once Upon a Time and you're like with our hearts in this story. But then you like gave it back to us, like we said, with some little duct tape and some
little
clues,
tear,
a little
tear
bit
in
of
your
glitter.
bow. Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of sparkles you can put on that.
Yes, exactly. Okay, So dark alley meeting or midnight balcony confession.
Definitely the alley.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Secret tattoo or secret piece of jewelry.
Mm. Secret tattoo.
Okay. I'm with you on that one. um, betrayal by or betrayal by a lover.
Sorry, betrayal what?
Betrayal by a friend or betrayal by a lover.
Oh, I guess it depends on the betrayal, but I will go with friend.
A friend. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this might be hard. So those in the chat that have read the series, you can like phone a friend. Um, so I want quotes from each of the guys. So I want to see if you can figure out who it is.
Oh gosh.
So
Oh,
you might need help. So all y'all out there, you have her back. Okay.
oh god, this is awful. Is it from the whole series or just from one book?
From
Because I'm
like
gonna
one
ask
from each of
one.
the books. So well, I'll help too. Like if we really can't figure it out, like we'll help. Okay. So
Okay.
already.
Yep.
She calms the stormy seas in my soul and chases the shadows from my mind.
That is Blake. He's our
Yes.
poet. Yeah.
Yes. I thought,
He has
see,
a
there
poet.
didn't
He
you
has a
that?
poet soul. Yeah. Yeah. He
Yes.
has a poet soul.
I love Blake. Okay. I love them all. I can't choose. That's why I choose, because we don't have to.
That's why I tried to
Um,
choose that. I just gave up and was like, forget it. I'm just gonna give her all of them.
exactly. Exactly. Okay. You're playing with fire, he uttered softly. Teasing me like this will get you burned.
I believe that's Theo.
You are right. Good job. Yes, we love him. He's so like intense. Okay.
And I'm pretty sure that was the garage scene, actually. Okay. Whew. Okay.
Yes. And it's highlighted. I'm like, I love that one. Okay. Even if the world crumbles around us, you'll be the first and last thing I reach for.
Nash.
Nash. Okay. So then obviously we know the last one is, but let's read it. Do
Oh, there should
you
be two
not want
more.
this? Hmm? Did I miss one?
There's Miles and Liam left.
Oh no, I have Miles. Sorry, yeah. Let me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we have two more. I have them. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. So this one you might be able to guess though. Well, you might be able to. Okay. Do you not want this? If so, you need to stop touching me and run. Lock the door. Maybe two.
Isn't that Nash too?
Is that Nash? Maybe I'm wrong. I thought that was Liam. Did I mess up? Maybe I messed up. I thought he said
I,
that.
I, I'm pretty sure that's Nash when in Rook, but it's in Rook. But I'm pretty sure
Yeah, I
that's
thought it was
that
him.
when they're at the hotel. It, and they're,
Okay. Well, that's my bad. Sorry. Well, that was supposed to
you
be for
were just
him.
trying to test me. I
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. I was trying to test you. I'm going to go with that. Let's go with that so I don't look like a fool. All right,
I'm
we'll
like,
do that.
why is it? See, it was like it's just like a trick one, just to see if I really know my
Yes.
characters. Yeah.
Okay, so anyone down comments, if you have a Liam, post it for me. Have my back. Give me a bonus round. Okay. So the last one is I think I'm in love.
Yeah, that's definitely Miles. Yeah.
Yes.
That would have been
That
so
whole
fun. Yeah.
that whole scene where he's like, I'm pretty sure she just like, blew you off. He's like, I know, isn't it great? I was love
Yeah.
that scene.
I know it's awesome. And he like just walks away. That whole first book, he is like such a lost retriever puppy. Like, oh,
Yes.
that was
Yes.
probably still one of my funniest scenes, and I still can't make it work in artwork. Also, it would be hilarious is when he knocks on the door and he ends up spilling the coffee on her and hitting her in the face.
Yes.
And I'm like, this does not work as a single photo.
You know what you could do? Ooh, I have an idea. And you can totally like say, oh no, we're not doing that. But you could do like a little, because I make cards. You could have like an artist make like a little scene where it like is the characters in like drawn out, and like
Oh,
he actually spills it on her, and she's just like, and then you
almost a
could say like
cartoon.
happy birthday from Wayward or something like that, and you could be like a digital thing you give out to people.
That is adorable. That is adorable. I actually love that idea. I have no talent to do it myself. I will tell you that.
Maybe
And
I'll
right,
try
I
to
do
see if
not
I could
draw.
come up with it.
My my,
Maybe.
my form of drawing is like hangman stickmen. Like that's it. That's all I've got. You know.
Yeah. I'm sure we can figure it out. I'm sure there's enough girlies on here that like know digital art, and we can figure something out. I think that would be so cool to have that. So I'm gonna do a little spoiler alert. So there are some girlies on here that know all about the Kings. So if you can help a girl out, I have the great honor of Miss Brooklyn agreeing to let me make a card based off of the Kings of Wayward. And so I love to be a fangirl, and I like to include things that maybe not everybody that would walk by my bookshelf would know what the heck is going on in the card, but it's like little Easter eggs, little things that I would only know as a fan of the series. So I have my list of stuff, but I want to make sure I'm, getting everybody's likes in there as well. So if there's anything that you have that's like a quote or like an item or something, a scene, or anything that is related to this series that you're like, that would be really cool to have in a card. I make, box cards, and they have all the characters and they have all the books and
They're
all the things in
adorable.
them. Thank you.
Yeah, they're adorable. Yeah. I can't wait to see
So
it done. It's so cute.
I know I'm so excited. So I'm working on it right now, but if you can do me a solid and let me know just so that I make sure I get everybody accounted for and have everybody's favorite things in there because I want it to be perfect. I'm the type of person that wants to make it. If I'm going to make it, I'm going to do it justice. So just let me know. So that was my little plug. So anyway, so what is next for you that you can share with us? I know we have the next book coming out, and you gave us a little hint about an off spin-offs. But is there anything
Hmm.
else that you can share with us?
Um, well, there's a lot of things that are going to be happening next year. Um, so the next one in my California Made Men is coming out, as well as obviously Vex and Fool's Mate. The next one in the Lost Souls is coming. So anyone who's into the motorcycle guys and has enjoyed seeing, even if you haven't read Malice and Surrender, if you enjoyed seeing Snake and Merlin and that pop up in the series, I'm gonna be going back over to that world as well. There's more to come, and I have a really something I haven't written before, but something that's really close to my heart that I'm writing. It's currently it's just a standalone, um, and I'm actually going to be doing a PR box for it. I'm not giving very much information away about it. So if you're interested, the basics that I'm telling people at the moment is that it is enemies to lovers, it's MF. It does have a serious illness representation,
Okay.
and it does have some darker themes. But the one thing it will not have is any like non-con. So
Okay.
if that kind of feels like something that you could get into, be into, and you're interested in a PR box, shoot me a DM. I haven't made my choices yet because I have limited funds, so I have to
Yes.
kind of go through the list that everyone has sent me of who's interested. I wish I could give everybody one. I really do, but I won't be able to. But if you think that you'd be interested, then shoot me a DM and I'll add you to the list.
I'll go on it.
And so there'll be more announcement stuff because some other exciting stuff with that I cannot share yet, that I'm not allowed to share yet, coming for that particular book.
Hmm.
And then I am also going to be bringing out the next one. Everyone who is a fan of Brothers of Shadow and Death will be very happy to know that Any Place is a coming. So that will be on my list for next year. Dark Reunion, which is The Last of the Righteous, is done. It's in editing. It'll be out before the end of the year. So anyone that was reading The Righteous, you can all breathe a sigh of relief.
We can all
And
fangirl.
that's right. You can all do the things. And actually, that's actually getting a overhaul on it. to first person because that series is written all in third person.
Hmm.
Um, and so I'm actually having the entire thing. I had a this is so weird. I had my poor brain because I had to go back to I haven't been in third person for so long. I had to go back to writing third person for that book. The whole series is done in third person, and
Hmm.
I'm like I can't write it in first person when the rest of the series is third. That just doesn't make sense. But then I had to hand it to my editor to edit it in third, and then we're doing a full switch over, and the whole series is being relaunched next year in first as well.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
It's just like, what is happening? My poor head. I went from it and have like tried coming back to like first. I'm like, oh, my sentences are a mess. My sentences are such a mess at the moment, but it's been a fun exercise. Yes.
Oh, that's
Uh,
awesome. That, yeah, that's
yeah.
definitely, it definitely works your brain, I'm sure, like to get it from third to first and like fix all of the grammar as you're doing that. Like that's a lot of work.
Well, and to get out of sounding, he did this, he did that, or
Hmm.
she did this, she walked up there, like yeah, like because there's a way to do that flow to stay away from that, so you don't notice it so much.
Yeah.
But to get into that flow, to find the rhythm of what words to choose and where and when, it takes a moment to get back into it. And same when you come back to first, all of a sudden it's like I did this, I did that, I ran here, I went there, I walked this, I walked that, and I'm like I need to get rid of all these eyes. Like, so that I'm sitting there just fixing eyes and sentences.
Yes.
It does. It takes a minute, but like I said, it's a good brain exercise. So
Yeah.
anybody that
That's
wants to challenge themselves,
that's
try
awesome.
it. It's yeah, it's entertaining. Um, but yeah, so that will be. I'm really looking forward to doing that too because it's a great series. But I
Hmm.
know that a lot of people struggle with third person. It's just not for them.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited to get it out there in first person as a complete series. I think that'll be great.
That's
So
great.
there's
Yeah.
other stuff too that I'm going to be launching another pen name.
Ooh.
So that's yeah, that'll be happening next year.
Can you tell us like kind of what you're writing with the pen name?
It's
Like,
going to be it's going to be my full time PNR romantasy name.
ooh, I
Yeah,
like that. I'm
I know
excited.
some people. I know some people keep the same name,
Yeah.
but for marketing purposes only, I find it easier for the separation.
Hmm.
So I'm going to separate them, and I mean it's not like it's a secret or anything. It's not like that. I don't care once the name is launched. I don't care that people know that it's me. It's not for that. It's just it's, especially for things like algorithm searches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I really don't need something like Unhinged page showing up on somebody's romantasy page.
Hmm.
You
Yes.
know. So
Yes.
I'm trying to make sure that I keep them separated. It's for those purposes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's
Yes.
so awesome though. I'm excited. That'll be um I'm excited for that. Like I think you're gonna do really good with that. That's
I
gonna be really
actually
good.
I love that like all of that. Maybe not science fiction. I've never really gotten into science fiction to read, but I love dark romantasy, paranormal. It is actually my first love, and so I'm going to finish Brothers of Shadow and Death
Hmm.
with Brooklyn Cross. But what I think I'm going to do, just again, this is an algorithm thing. This really isn't for any other purpose. Is I'm going to add the other pen name onto it to make it look like it was a co-write, so
Okay.
that for searchability, it shows up as a co-write, but then it'll also show up independently on once I launch that other name. It'll also show
Oh,
up on that other name
that'd be
rather than
great.
this is over here, this is over here, but it's still me. Like that just gets
Mhm.
confusing. So I think I'll do it that way just to allow for the
Like a
again.
transition.
Yeah, well, Zon is bizarre, right? I mean, we all know that, but they're really bizarre when it comes to their algorithm and their bots figuring out where books should be shown and when and why and how and to who. So
Yes.
that will help that transition if I do that. So thanks.
I'm so excited. Look at all the books we
Yeah,
get to add to our TBR.
I'm very
Love
excited. I'm
it.
very excited. And we have one more audiobook coming out this year. Yeah. So Bloody Quarter is
Mhm.
also in engineering process. So Unhinged Cane, I'm still waiting for it to go live on Amazon because
I
they don't like
know.
giving they don't like giving me dates when I put it up myself.
Yeah.
They're just
They're
like,
they're bad about
whenever.
that.
Well, it's really irritating because if you're part of a like for example, Podium is doing Kings of Wayward, right?
Hmm.
They can actually put it up for a pre-order. That's not irritating. What's irritating is that they can do that, but us indie authors can't. So
Yeah.
we just submit it and then play. We should start playing a game for money about when we think the date is. Like, what date do you think it's gonna come out? Whoever gets closest wins a prize because we
Yes.
don't know. No one knows. So yeah, that. I'm. It is loaded for anyone that's waiting for Unhinged Cane. I just don't know when it's gonna go live. And
And
then
you'll go like, yeah.
yeah, and then also Bloody Quarter is coming this year. I was hoping they'd all be out for Halloween, but no such luck.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I went on there to try to get it because you had talked about it, and I was like, oh, they won't make it yet. I was like, okay, I have to wait.
no,
So,
no. And then everyone will have been moved on to Christmas, and I'll be like, great.
oh
But it is what it
no.
is, right? Like you can't rush them at their approving process. So it's
Yeah. But you're an auto buy for a lot of readers. Like, I know a lot of them. And like, I went to Love in Vegas and we stood in really long lines waiting to have, meet other authors. And I was literally standing in line and the girl was like, what book did you recently read? And I was like, I just read Volatile King. And she's like, what's that about? I'm like, oh girl, I got you. And I just spent like 20 minutes like telling her all about this series. And I was like, you have to read it. I don't know how many times. That was just one instance. I did that at least like I was there 2 days. I probably did that like 16 times while I was standing.
well. Thank you. Yes, I,
So
I I would have loved to have gone back to Vegas this year, but yeah, it's just been wild. It's just been crazy. So,
yeah.
but
Well,
thank you.
maybe
I appreciate that. Word of mouth is actually probably the best form of advertising
it
still to
is.
this day. We trust our besties. We trust our
Yes.
besties. You recommend a book, I'm going to read it. Like that kind of thing.
And that's why I do it because like with my I'm an Etsy seller. Like I'm a small business. Like it's just me. I'm like you but with cards. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to do all of the things and wear all of the hats and 9 times out of 10 most of the time when I get someone that comes to my shop they were referred by someone else. So
Yeah.
I I totally understand that. But I hope you
Well,
go
and
next year.
sometimes it's like a combination thing too. Like somebody might see your ad or see a TikTok or whatever, right? A post on
Hmm.
IG, but it's not enough to make them go and purchase. But then a friend will mention, I'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
I remember seeing that. And that's,
Yeah.
a lot of times it's a combination of things that happens that finally makes someone go, all right, I'll give that author a try.
Yeah,
Because we've all got
exactly.
our favorites and we only have limited time, and I understand that. So trying to entice people away and be like, listen, read my stuff. It's it's a whole marketing game. Like, come on, try
Well,
it.
that's one thing, like with me, like I make, if you guys haven't seen my reels for her, I'll link them below, like I'll do a highlight or something, I'll put them on my story. But I made like reels with like images of the vibes of the book. So it's like you see like a little movie trailer of what you're gonna get when you read these books. And I love that. Like, and then if I hear someone else, like you said, out in the world, like talk about it, that like solidifies it in my brain that I'm like, okay, that's the next book I'm gonna read.
Mm.
So I definitely agree with you on that. It's just having that coming from all angles.
Yeah,
Read this series. So
yeah. It's like, okay, fine. It's been on my TBR. I'm gonna give it a try now. Yeah. I mean, we're all the same. We all have TBRs the length of our arm, and never get through them. And you've got to pick and choose. So, you just
yeah,
hope to be selected. At some point. That's so.
it
I
is
always
the
feel honored
saddest
when it happens.
thing. it's the saddest thing because like you never, it's like that knowledge of like I'll never get through my TBR. Like it won't ever happen.
The
I won't be
people
able to
that
read all the
do,
books.
yeah, I don't know how people do it. Well, no, I do. I'll see those TikToks and I feel very called out. The ones that are like, "Well, stop adding more books." And I'm like, "How dare you say that?"
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
like, I was just called out, and then you don't even know who I am, and I've got to scroll on. So yeah, no, I feel it. I feel it
Yeah.
because I have like no time to read with the tight writing schedule that I have that I'm trying to keep. Um, so I just yeah, I feel it. I
Yeah.
feel really feel it.
There's just not enough hours in the day. There's just not.
No,
There's
no,
just too much. Too much other
and
things
don't
I
get
have to
sick.
do.
Whatever you
Yes.
do not get sick because you're down and out and you write the weirdest stuff when you're sick. Like you go back and reread it and you're like, what? Whoa. Like
You're like, what was I
I
on?
I know I had a little too much cough medicine, but I didn't realize that I had that much cough medicine.
It's like a fever dream. You're like, what did I say? What is this?
I'm not showing that to anybody.
All right. So I have one more question before we leave today. And thank you again for doing this. I love chatting with you. I'm like such a big fangirl right now. I'm just like, it's Brooklyn Cross. So,
Well, thank you for having me.
but
No, this was great.
of course. So I asked this in we did an interview. So if you want more of like her backstory and not just focus on this one series and really get to know the look behind the book, like my normal podcast that I put out, you can watch her episode and I will put that in below so you can find it easily. But so in that series, I asked you, what is something, the one thing you want readers to take away from after reading your book? So to like dial it down for just, the Kings, what is that for you in this instance?
To never give up, you know, to never give up, no matter what it is that you have as a challenge or that you see as a challenge in your life. Um, we all need a little bit of Ren, and also to lean on the people that you know. Don't be afraid to lean on your friends or your family, whoever it is that's close in your life. Like, don't forget you have people because the series is so much about that, about the who's strong in the moment, and yet they can be vulnerable at other times, and all the characters go through that and have those moments, and you can see how other people are still there even when you feel the most alone. So I think that would probably be the biggest thing to take away from the series.
Yeah. Yes, definitely great advice. We all need that for sure. So if you are a newbie, go back and buy Disobedient Pawn. That is book one. Do
Yes.
not, do not, red alert, do not, and then binge read because now you know 6 books that you can read and it's going to be great for you. I wish I could go back and like act like I didn't read the series and like start again because I never will experience that again. It was so good. So you get to do that. So enjoy. But if you have read the series, definitely do. Like I don't know what you're waiting for. You're crazy, but and she is very active on there, so you can hear all about the upcoming things that she's going to be. Thank you for joining us. And remember, stay a little dangerous and be a good girl. And join me next time as we do another look behind the book. And again, thank you so much. I love you and I think you're amazing. And I'm just so honored that I got to spend time with you, that I got to like chat with you and do this. This was just great.
Oh, thank you so much. And this has been wonderful. I always love talking to you, and yeah. So I'm just very thankful. I'm having a whole moment here. I'm just emotional, so don't mind me.
Yeah, no, same way. So I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'm sure I'll chat with you later. But um, like I said, everybody, check out the series, like and subscribe so you get up to date news about all of her fantastic books. And I'll see you next time. Bye.